So we are here today at Polkadog Bakery, one of 5 retail stores that has been started and scaled by Deborah Suchman and Rob Silk, the 2 co-founders of this business. The company also is very exciting because it's expanding internationally with distribution in different countries, including South Korea. The reason why this is such a fine example to include in this video series is we can see how 2 entrepreneurs can not only create interesting, compelling new products, but also create a compelling branded retail experience. So we're going to look at their products and we're going to look at their store, but most importantly, we're going to talk about how this all came to be, what their thinking is, what their experiences have been, and why they built just a really exciting premium business in the pet food industry. Now, when I say pet food and pet snacks, I'm going to show you my own personal favorite. This is a chicken little bone, I understand is what you call it. This is my dog Amber's very, very favorite. We can't get enough of these things for Amber. She comes running in here every day and I got to get these or else she's not going to be happy with me for the rest of the day. And then they go all the way up to things that look like, sort of like wrapped chicken, dried chicken pieces around bones. And if we go around the store, which you will later, you'll see that it's a fun little shop of horrors in terms of all the things that dogs would love to eat. And when that dog's tail is wagging, the owner is happy. So we have a lot of innovative products. We have a lot of innovative branded retail experience. This is what's special about entrepreneurship. You can create your own world, and that's what these 2 have done over the years.
We started in 2002. We started with this retail shop, sort of like our flagship retail store. But the germ of the idea for the business started probably 6 months before that. There's an event in Boston, it's called the Open Studios. We transformed the loft into basically like a bakery. So we had bags of flour around and cookie sheets around. We painted the whole place white. It was sort of like an installation art piece. And then we had this one-eyed dog running around and we played polka music in the background. And at night, before the event, we would make cookies in the ovens, and then during the day we would sell them, and people went crazy for it. All these people that were walking around the city at the time, looking at art, thought it was great. So we're like, hey, there's a business idea here. And so after the Open Studios event, we started looking for retail space. And sure enough, this space at the time was right across the street from where we lived. It made perfect sense. The South End was sort of undergoing its first revitalization of many revitalizations. Tons of dogs were moving into the neighborhood. It was sort of like the dog neighborhood of Boston to move. So we found this retail space, started negotiating the lease, and I think probably 2 or 3 months later, we opened up our first retail store, and we're still here today.
I'll just add a little background story to that. So this all happened shortly after Rob and I graduated from college. We were maybe out of school for a few years, and I think it's kind of important. We're young. We graduated from a liberal arts college. I had an art degree and Rob had a writing degree, so nothing to do with business, but we both come from creative backgrounds. And I think we love the idea of creating a space and a business that was uniquely ours. And so that's something where we come together, I think, as a team is create, from a place of creativity.
Yes.
But not from business. So that was a big challenge for us getting started.
Right, well, it's still a big challenge, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But starting a business from scratch is great, I think, in a lot of respects, because you kind of don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And so you're maybe not hindered as much by being afraid or being scared about things that you probably should be scared about if you knew about them. So
and also an important thing to note when we first started is we only really were planning on opening a store.
Yeah.
Which was a huge thing in our minds. But we never, ever would have anticipated what the business is now at that time. So.
Yeah.
I guess we jumped ahead, but yeah.
No, but that's fine. I tell you, when we think about it, the key to success in entrepreneurship is not to compete with pedigree or not to compete with a Walmart in retail. It's to create a distinctive niche that's geared to a consumer interest. And just in your opening comments, you moved to the South End. It was an area up on the upswing. It's always been up the upswing ever since. You're in at the beginning. And now it's one of the 20 most desirable places to live in the world, they say.
I read that. That's
unbelievable.
amazing.